Hello and welcome to the Orange County Department of Education College and Career Fairs. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. My name is Jennifer and I'll be your facilitator today. We have some fantastic schools. We are excited for you to learn all about them, but before we get started, I have a few housekeeping reminders for you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer about their particular school. You can also, though, direct your questions to specific schools by including the name of the school with your question, so that panelist will know that you are hoping to hear from them. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening for Orange County students. We hope that you are enjoying the sessions that we've already hosted and have signed up for more to come. If you haven't signed up yet, be sure to head to the website. You can check the schedule out and RSVP. This presentation is also being recorded. All of the sessions are actually being recorded, and they're going to be available at that same website where you register. You can see it on your screen, stryscan.com/COSI. All right, well, I'm very excited to turn it over to our first school. We are going to be learning about the University of Southern Maine.
Thanks so much, Jennifer. I will share my screen and we will get started. All right, so thanks so much for being here today. I know that it's probably just the start, or maybe you're halfway through the college admissions process, so we're super excited to give you a little bit of information about the University of Southern Maine. So pictured before you, beautiful Portland, Maine. If you're interested in heading out to the East Coast for college, absolutely give us a look. When it comes to the University of Southern Maine, we truly are committed to diversity of thought and diversity of people in place and where they come from, and really welcome you to our community. When it comes to basic facts about the university, we're 8,500 undergraduate students, graduate and law students, so about medium size for the New England region. And then we also have about 13-to-1 student to teacher ratio, 55 minors, 79 majors, including 28 graduate degrees. Included in that is also our accelerated graduate pathways. So if you know that graduate school is already in your future, some options to save some time and money there as well. We are a public four-year institution in the UMaine system, so very similar to the Cal State system or UCal system. We have 3 campuses located in Southern Maine region, and we'll get into that a little bit more as we kind of dive into the presentation. And over 400 host sites for clinicals and internships with a major research hospital right in our backyard in Portland. So when it comes to the more complex aspects of our campus, we do have 3 campuses within one university. And when you apply to the University of Southern Maine, you don't apply to one campus or the other, you apply to the entire university. Students actually spend time in both Portland and in Gorham. Portland being about 2 hours north of Boston and about 4 hours from New York City, and one of the major metropolitan areas in the state of Maine. And 20 minutes outside is our small town of Gorham. And so students actually have the opportunity to have both an urban and rural experience within one university. So you don't have to choose, you can have that in both places. And so we do have specific academic departments housed on each campus, student resources, athletic facilities, things of that nature. So when it comes to the academic experience at USM, like I said, we have about 54 majors, 79 minors, and a lot of opportunities to take advantage of different exploration opportunities when it comes to your degree. You don't have to know what you want to do when you first get to USM. And so every student is going to start off with some general education requirements or a core curriculum, their major and their minor courses, and then of course internships and external experiences kind of top off that experience. It is required that all students complete some sort of external experience while they're at USM, which means that you are finding out what you want to do, but also very much what you don't want to do as a career. And so we really feel it's important for students to take advantage of those experiences within the greater Portland area. So lots of opportunities for clinicals and internships as well as research, honors, study abroad opportunities. So much of what you learn in college is in the classroom, but so much of what you also learn is outside of the classroom as well, and truly experiencing what it's like to either be in that career field or learn from professionals in the surrounding area. So when it comes to tuition and fees, we truly believe that going to college should be affordable. It should not be a barrier when it comes to finances for you. And so for out-of-state students from California like yourselves, we're looking at $36,000 a year. That's everything: tuition, fees, room and board, which is often a lower price than what it is for out-of-state students. or for in-state students in California. So really great opportunity for you to take advantage. We also do have merit-based scholarships that range anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000, again, adding to the affordability of your overall education. When it comes to first-year students, transfer students, or international students, we are a common application school, so you're welcome to easily apply to that through the common application. We do not have an application fee, so it is $0 to apply, and it's also SAT or ACT optional for all academic programs at the university. So you do not need to submit any sort of test scores. Really what we're looking for when it comes to evaluating you is what you've done in high school so far, or what you've done as a transfer student or as an international student, getting all of those transcripts and giving us the information in order for us to evaluate. We do have one early action deadline. So if you're interested in applying early, that deadline is December 1st. And we do guarantee a decision by January 1st if you apply by that deadline, but it is non-binding. So you're welcome to apply with no obligation to come to USM. One of the more exciting things that I do like to talk about is we did just break ground this spring. Super exciting opportunity. We are going to be building our first or our brand new student center and career development hub, as well as a 500-person bed apartment complex for upperclassmen students on our Portland campus. Beautiful water views right in downtown Portland, an amazing investment in our community and for our students as well. So we have a lot of really exciting things happening here at the University of Southern Maine. We'd love for you to check us out. If you have any questions, feel free to use the Q&A. Otherwise, you're welcome to directly contact me at julia.gurney@maine.edu. I work directly with students who are on the West Coast of the country, and I'd be happy to assist you as you weigh your options this fall. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Julia, for starting us out today. The next school we are going to be learning about is the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy.
Hello, everyone. I'm sharing my screen. Let me get this. Sorry, my computer is being really slow today. Okay, there we go. So welcome, everyone, to this virtual session. My name is Sarah. I am representing the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy. We are located in St. Louis, Missouri, which is pretty far from California. And I have some beautiful pictures to share with you. This is downtown St. Louis. That monument in the corner is the gateway to the west. And it's called the Arch, which you can go in a little elevator all the way to the top. And this is the neighborhood that we're located in St. Louis City. It's called Central West End. Lots of fun restaurants and things to do in this area. And then here's a photo I actually took of our campus, which is this photo was taken on the 3rd floor of our academic research building, and then we're facing our student center, which is that building right there on the left-hand side. And those are my photos, and nothing is photoshopped. It all looks like just as beautiful as that in person. And here are the dorms as well. So our dorm building was built in 2017. So 4-year-old dorms are really hard to beat. They're very, very nice. And I always get so jealous of our students that are living on campus. So a little bit about us. We are a pretty small school. Our total enrollment is about 1,000 students. And so that just means that our student faculty ratio is 10-1. So class sizes are generally smaller. They don't get much bigger than 15 students per class. So if you're looking for a smaller university, then we'd be a really, really good fit for you. Our academic profile for a first-year student looks a little bit like 24 to 29 ACT score and 3.69 GPA average. We are test optional, so if you're not in that range of ACT scores, the SAT equivalent is also 1150 to 1350. If you're not in that range, that's totally okay. You don't have to include test scores in your application, but you can. And then also GPA average. We have a holistic review process. So we try to look at you as a whole person and not just your grade. So if that relieves any anxieties for you, hopefully. So we have 14 undergraduate majors, and here is a list of all of those options. We just added 8 new majors just recently, and they are getting approved still. So the ones with the asterisks are still going through the process of accreditation, but we hope to see those coming into our ranks soon. And we'll know in a few months by the latest whether they're joining our ranks officially. But all of our majors are healthcare focused. So if you're for sure wanting to go into the healthcare field or a similar field that's related to healthcare or medical practices, then we would be a really good fit for you as well. We have also some options in going into law or education. So there are definitely some things not directly healthcare related that we do. We also have some graduate studies that I would like to mention. So we have a new master's programs, one in global health and equity and the other in medicinal chemistry. And then of course, we also have some advanced opportunities, OT program, a PT program, as well as a dental medicine and MBA program as well. And of course, what we're known for a very long time used to be a college of pharmacy since 1856, and we only just recently added our health science majors. So pharmacy is what we know and do best. And we have a couple options for undergraduate majors, a 6-year and a 7-year program. So either of those would be really good pathways straight into our pharmacy program. And then, of course, being such a small school, we have opportunity to have individualized focus and attention when it comes to student support and success. So we have academic support services like advising, coaching, and tutoring. We also have a writing center, a career services center, and a counseling center. And we have a support center for our international students, as well as our Office of Diversity and Inclusion. We are also an NAIA athletics school. So if you play a sports, varsity sports, then we can have you come to our university and play with us. So those are all our teams on the left-hand side. And then we also have some 60+ student organizations on our campus. So if you're not into sports, there's other options for you for sure. We also have intramural and club sports, performing arts, and also some some community service opportunities as well. So just quickly about our application, we have no application fees at all. You can also apply through Common App as well. We are partnered with them. Like I mentioned, holistic review process. We like to see you as a full person and like to see you what all you're involved in besides just your academics. We're test optional for this semester and all of our upcoming semesters. We do not plan on changing that. When you apply and you're admitted, you get a merit scholarship right off the bat. And if you're an athlete, you will get an athletic scholarship as well. So that's just a little bit about the application. You'll be asked to have 2 letters of recommendation, a personal essay, and those transcripts. So it's pretty simple, and it takes 10 minutes to go through the application, super fast. And a little bit about the deadline. So we have early action, early decision. That deadline is December 1st, and then we have a regular decision, which is March 1st. So some deadlines to keep in mind. Here's a quick QR code that you can scan for a preview day. That's coming up. It's virtual on November 4th. And then another little connect with us QR code. All right, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sarah, for presenting on the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy. The next school that will be presenting is the Keiser University Flagship campus.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Heather, and I am from the Keiser University Flagship campus. And of course, you probably want to know, what does that mean, Flagship campus? Well, it means we are the traditional university. We do have 21 campuses in the state of Florida, but the campus that I'm at is our traditional campus, meaning we have sports teams, residence halls, that traditional university experience, whereas the rest of our campuses are more like satellite campuses. So here's my information. If you want to, jot that down, take a picture. If you have any questions, you can also scan that QR code for more information about the school. And here's some key facts about the school. So we are the largest private not-for-profit university in the state of Florida. And we are actually the #1 producer of nurses in the state of Florida. It's kind of what we're known for. Some other of our big programs are sports management, exercise science, sports medicine, things like that. We also have very popular criminal justice and psychology programs as well. We do have 29 different NAIA sports teams. So if you play a sport, we probably have it. We are huge, focused on career services. We want to make sure that our students learn the hands-on way of doing things and not just, sitting in lecture halls. So we do have a 91% placement rate for jobs for our Keiser University graduates. We are a small campus, so our average class size is about 15 students right now. And then we also have a very global population. Right now, our students come from 60 different countries and 42 different states. So you definitely get that global education while still be in that small environment. So here's just a shot of our campus. We are located in sunny South Florida. West Palm Beach is our campus. I don't have time to show you the video, but we do have a wonderful 100-acre campus located right in the center of West Palm Beach. Okay, so our admissions process, our application is free, so you don't have to worry about that. We're also on the Common App if you're on the Common App. And then once we do get all of your documents, we'll have the not only the acceptance decision for you, but then also what you would qualify for in any merit scholarships. And we do offer merit scholarships from $3,000 all the way to $16,000 per year. So, that's definitely something that, sets us apart. Then of course, after you make your get your acceptance, you make your decision, and then commitment. We have our GPA requirements there in our SAT and ACT for most of our programs. Now, some of our healthcare programs, we do still require an SAT or ACT program. Any medical programs and any engineering programs, we still require a test score, but otherwise, every other program is test optional. And here's a list of our undergrad programs. So you can see we do have a little bit of everything. We have some real specialty programs too, such as like golf management or equine studies and even automotive management. So, some of our niche programs that we have, students come from all over the globe to study those niche programs. And here's just some of the different things that sets us apart. We do have a cinematic arts program that is located at G-Star Studios, so our students actually have class on a studio lot. Our entrepreneurship program has what we call our Seahawk tank, which is like Shark Tank. So our students come up with an invention or an idea and they pitch it and win actual cash prize money. Like I said, we do have equine studies. If you are into that horses and riding and want to learn more about maybe being an equine vet or owning a barn or anything like that, that would be for you. And then, of course, we have a brand new esports team that everybody's super excited about with the state-of-the-art facilities. And then again, here is my information. If you do have any follow-up questions, I'd love to help you. You can put it in the Q&A. I'd love to help you out. Again, my name is Heather Gray with Keiser University's Flagship Campus.
Thank you so much, Heather, representing on Keiser University's Flagship Campus today. All right, we are about to head to our next school. Just wanted to give all of our attendees another reminder about the Q&A button. We hope that you will consider submitting a question. You can share something with for all of our panelists to answer, or you can direct it to a specific school by putting the school's name with your question. So then the representative will know that you're looking for an answer from them. Also, don't forget to keep your eye on the chat where contact information is going to be dropped for follow-up, because these 6 minutes are just a small taste of what all these schools have to share. All right, we are moving on to our next school, and that's going to be Newcastle University.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, my name is Thomas. I'm the International Recruitment Manager here at Newcastle University in Northeast England. For those of you who aren't aware of us or the city of Newcastle, it's a very lively, friendly student city. Located just there where that red pin is. And we're approximately 3 hours by train or about an hour flight from London and only an hour and a half from Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. And we are very lucky to have an international airport just 20 minutes away from our campus. And from there, you can fly to 80 different destinations around Europe, plus the Middle East. So from Newcastle to, for example, Paris, it's just an hour and 20 minutes, or Amsterdam is only 55 minutes flight. Newcastle is often named as one of the best student cities in the UK, and we're actually in one of the top 50 student cities in the world. We are also one of the most affordable places to study in the UK. It's a small city, but it's very lively with lots to do and see. And we're also very lucky that we're surrounded by beautiful nature. We've got some fantastic beaches just 20 minutes away from the campus, and lots of historical architecture, both in the city and in the wider region. The northeast of England is actually home to more castles than anywhere else in England. And these are just some pictures of the wonderful scenery, the city centre, the beaches, the castles, and some of the fun things that there are to do. We're very lucky that our campus is located right in the heart of the city. So the two golden shapes there in the bottom left and right are where most of our campus buildings are located, including our Faculty of Medical Sciences that I'll tell you a little bit more about later, as well as most of our accommodation as well. We do guarantee on campus or very close to campus accommodation for our students in their first year. So you can live on campus and study there as well. And then once you get to know the city a bit better, you can choose to move off campus. The grey rectangle there represents the heart of the city centre, where most of the restaurants, bars, shops, etc. are located. So you can see you can literally step off campus and be right in the heart of the city. And that is our lovely campus. Our history dates back to the 1830s. So we do have some wonderful historic buildings, but we do also have some fantastic modern facilities as well, including, for example, the National Centre for Data and Innovation, which is that top left building now, also known as the Catalyst. We have a very strong global reputation. We're ranked in the top 150 universities in the world. Just to give you a kind of an example of what that means that we rank ahead of UC Santa Barbara and UC Irvine, as well as Texas A&M, Pittsburgh, Dartmouth, Vanderbilt, Arizona State, UMass Amherst, Tufts, Northeastern, and Georgetown, amongst others. And in the UK, we're ranked in the top 20 with 13 subjects ranking in the top 10, including agriculture, art and design, creative writing, food science, Asian studies, psychology, architecture, linguistics, sports science, and others. We're one of the top 20 most targeted universities by UK leading employers, and we have 95% of our graduates are in work or further study just 6 months after graduating. We've got 27,000 students on our campus from 120 different countries, studying on 200 bachelor's degrees and 300 master's degrees across our 3 faculties. I'm just going to focus on the Faculty of Medical Sciences today, because I know that's what most of you guys are interested in. But just to give you an idea of all the different subjects and schools that we have on campus. And just to pick out some of the programs that we offer in our medical sciences faculty, and to give you an idea of what jobs those could lead to. So we have Bachelor of Science in Food and Human Nutrition. You can see some of the jobs that you could do from that degree. We have our Sport and Exercise Science bachelor's degree, which can lead into working in these different sectors like sports clubs or in the educational industry, or pharmacology, which could lead to working in different sectors like cosmetics and toiletries or food and drink. All 3 of these degrees give you many, many options, but one of them I've just picked out, for example, would be something like a research scientist working for somebody like Lululemon Athletica, who many of you may be familiar with. One thing I also want to point out that is in the UK, if you want to study medicine or dentistry, it's an undergraduate degree, so very different to the US. What that means is that straight out of high school, you go into a 5-year bachelor degree called an MBBS program, followed by 2 years of foundation training, which is the same as doing a residency in the US. And actually, in fact, you can do your residency in the US rather than doing your 2 years of foundation training in the UK. So basically 7 years out of high school and you are qualified as a doctor. You can bring your medical degree back from the UK to the US and practice as a doctor. There is a couple of extra exams to take depending on the state that you would base yourselves in, but it is perfectly possible. And we have lots of American students who do that with us every year. It doesn't mean it's easier to get onto than a US medical school, though. It is very competitive still. And just to give you an idea of what it would require to apply for Newcastle specifically, you would need to take an exam called UCAT, which is you need to do that before you apply. So normally the summer between your junior and senior years at high school. you would normally be expected to get 3 APs with grades of 5 in all of those, and those can be taken in junior or senior year. And you would also need to pass an interview. We have very limited places for international students, just 27 per year. And to give you an idea of tuition, it's comparable to what med school costs in the US, but you're not having to, first of all, pay for a bachelor's degree. So you are saving a lot of money as well as time. In terms of the rest of our programs, well, we're not test optional, but we're what we would call test flexible, which means that, again, we would like to see AP scores for admission, but you don't have to have AP scores. We can accept things like honors classes or dual enrollment credits. In terms of tuition fee, apart from med school, you can see that comparatively, if you compare us to US institutions, we are very affordable. And in the UK in general, most undergraduate degrees only take 3 years. So again, you're saving yourself time and money. We do have scholarships available, and you can also use federal loans to fund your studies.
Thomas,
Time's up for me. That's my email address, and I'll put it in the chat for you as well. Thank you.
Awesome. So glad we got to that slide. It's always so important. Thank you so much for presenting on Newcastle. The next school we'll be hearing from today is Loyola University, New Orleans.
Thank you, Jennifer. My name is Ricky Alarcon, and I'm with Loyola University, New Orleans. I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes talking about my institution. I'm an assistant director of admissions, and I am housed and located in Dallas, Texas. So I'm what they call a regional representative, but I cover the whole Western United States. So California, we do attract many Californians here at our campus. So you could definitely find yourself here. Just this next slide just breaks down a little bit about who we are. Roughly about 3,200 undergraduate students. We offer about 100 and less than 120 different academic programs. Our class size, student to faculty ratio. So the students that really want that small, intimate campus where they know everyone, know their professors, they kind of lean towards looking at our institution. This next slide just kind of breaks down the breakdown of our incoming class from 2021. As you see, female, male breakdown. We do attract students from all backgrounds, all demographics. Again, we are a private Catholic institution, a Jesuit institution, but again, we do attract students from all backgrounds. So the campus is actually located just west of New Orleans. So if you've ever been here, it's in an uptown neighborhood historic area. Audubon Park is one of the largest. There's actually 2 city parks, but it actually houses the city zoo in Audubon Park, which is located right across the street with a lot of green space, a lot of running track spaces. And so students can catch a book either before or after a class. We joke around that there's 4 seasons: football, Mardi Gras, crawfish, and snowball, which is kind of like it's like an shaved ice concoction. So students are definitely will enjoy the food and cuisine here. And so for Jesuit identity, like I mentioned earlier, we are a Jesuit school. So when you hear that, that basically is our philosophy, our mantra: men and women for and with others, the cura personalis that you'll hear time and time again, which not only that we encourage our students they're going to gain great education and knowledge here, but also they're going to grow hopefully socially, spiritually, and be socially aware. So we do have those pillars or these mantras that will hopefully make your education worthwhile. So really quick, I'm going to talk about our academic programs. We are divided into 3 different areas, colleges: our College of Music and Media, College of Business, our College of Arts and Sciences. So we do offer a lot of music programs. Music therapy is one that I want to mention, since we are on this health professions. So students want to use their talents to help others, maybe in a hospital or a clinic or maybe at a senior center. We can do that. Number 2 is our business school. We do offer accounting, management. New Orleans is a port city, so definitely commerce, trade, very big. Our 3rd is our sciences. So we do offer biology, chemistry. We just started to offer nursing, a direct entry to nursing for fall of 2021. When, of course, we could also add pre-health, pre-med options to those science classes. We offer forensic chemistry and marine biology as options under those programs. So students that are looking to go into there, we highly encourage students to do that. Also, I mentioned earlier that we want our students to kind of have a broad education. So we strongly encourage students to go into, adding minors or double majoring. And we see that students that apply to medical schools throughout the U.S., not only just regionally, but they do, have success rates that are typically higher than other institutions. So our students do fairly well because we encourage students to have those different lenses, those different breadths of different majors and programs under their belt. So we do encourage that. We do have an honors program for those students that want to go on and kind of even work with a smaller group of students. It's a selection process where the students will apply. There's additional scholarships for our honors student program, honors students in the program. And so it's more of a discussion based rather than just a lecture style. So they get more in depth with their professors and opportunities to do research and stuff like that. We do also offer study abroad for our students. So we will want you to see the world. And again, we're all about building that resume. So honors program, studying abroad, doing research. We will have all these different things to add to your resume, especially if you're looking to go into medical school. So the last couple of minutes I do want to spend talking about our admission criteria. You hear a lot of people talk about test optional. We are at Loyola test blind or test free, meaning that we don't look at test scores for admissions or scholarships. So what I usually will look at is the transcript. Our committee will look at that. We will require a letter of recommendation, an essay, a resume, but usually the transcript definitely going to play a big part in that admissions process. We are on the common application and there is no application fee for students to apply. And then our deadline's coming up, early action November 15th. So if students that want to go into our honors program, definitely apply by then. And so just like my other colleagues here that mentioned that since we're a private school, we do offer great merit scholarships at $14,000 a year, and they can go up to $23,000 a year. Again, we want to make sure that we can reduce the cost to make college affordable to our students. Again, I mentioned earlier, honors program scholarship, social justice. We do have ensemble and athletic scholarships as well. And a lot of our students will have additional financial aid opportunities as well. So it's a great cost. Come visit us. So with my time being up, thank you so much. And I'll just hand it over to Jennifer for our next presenter.
Thank you so much, Ricky, for sharing Loyola New Orleans. All right, we're off to hear from our sixth school, Washington and Jefferson College.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Marlinda Dowdy. I'm an assistant director of admission here at Washington and Jefferson College. I have been here for about 2 years. Everyone always asks if W&J is my alma mater. It is not, but even though it's so close to me, I wish I would have looked at it as an option for college because it is fantastic. And I always say I might be a little biased because I work here, but I communicate with students all the time. I work with student ambassadors and they are just so happy with the opportunities that they get. So if you don't already know, W&J, we are located in southwestern Pennsylvania. So I'm going to flip through this a little quick. So right down there in the corner, close to Pittsburgh, we're about 35 minutes south of the city. So a lot of opportunity right there, kind of in our backyard, but we're still away from the city. So you don't get all that hustle and bustle. But we're also located to close other cities. So Chicago, New York, DC. W&J is very well known for graduating anyone in the medical field and anyone in law. So when I talk to people, I'm like, okay, if you know a W&J alum, they're either a lawyer, or someone in the medical field, or maybe business. Business administration is another top area of interest for students. So within Pittsburgh, as I said, it's a lot of opportunity. It's the #1 city for, young people. I lived there when I was younger, so that makes sense, but there's just a lot to do. There's a lot of festivals. There's a lot of different things that go on, and not just like academic related, but for hobbies. We want you to be the type of student who really reaches out and has a passion for things other than your academics that really kind of tie into what you want to do when you get out of college or graduate school or whatever your course is. So a little brief history about W&J. Started out in 1781 with 2 colleges. We formed one back in 1865. We are nicknamed the Presidents, so Washington and Jefferson. There's a lot of history on campus. So for those students who are into history, it's a great school to visit. The architecture of the buildings is phenomenal. I love it. But so we are a private liberal arts college. I had to just change these slides a little bit because recently we have found out that we have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We have about 1,200 students on campus. So a lot of full-time faculty. You have no teachers' assistants. There's no one else teaching you but the professor. 80% of your classes are going to be under 20 students, which is fantastic. When I went to school, I had 100 and then I had 12. So I got to kind of see like the different sides, and those smaller classes definitely helped me focus. I learned more and I really appreciated who was teaching me. So I, had those relationships with my professors, and students here at W&J have that. You might have dinner at a professor's house. A professor might call your parents if they haven't seen you for a day or two. Those are the relationships that you form. So it's not only good just for, building personality and just, doing what you want to do, but also, that you have a great support team at W&J, and that's what you need starting out. We have 34 majors and 35 minors. So this is brief, but we are, like I said, well known for pre-law and pre-health. The medical student, like if students come for pre-health anywhere in the medical field, they are graduating very successfully. The acceptance rate for that, I'll show you here in a minute. But these are our pre-professional programs. The pre-health, you can see it's a pretty lengthy list. We have 4+4, 3+4, and then different affiliations with schools. Not a lot that are far away from us, but students still do go to a lot of different schools if they're going to med school. We have a very competitive program with Temple University. It's medical scholars, so I get a lot of applicants for that. Other than that, there's early assurance programs, different accelerated programs. So I always say, reach out to me, reach out to professors, just get to know those programs and see what there is that we have to offer for you. Other than academics, so we really focus on, like I said, just having a passion for what you want to do. So our Magellan Project is one of the opportunities that we have to study abroad. You pick everything you do, from the itinerary to how long you're gone, what time in the summer like you want to go. It's all you. It doesn't have to be academic related. It could just be something that you have as a hobby. We have students, as you can see, who have done different things in the healthcare systems. They studied treatment of the women in Kenyan education system. So from education to healthcare, and even rehabilitating horses in Kentucky. So there's just a lot of opportunity, and students always pick something different. We had a student who was, I don't recall what she was going for academically, but she was a softball player and that's what she was passionate about. She went to Japan to study baseball. So pretty cool. Lots of opportunities there. And as a freshman, you can start out with those study abroads. There are also 2 other options as well, which is a J term. It's a shortened time to study abroad. You go with a group as pictured here, or you can do a semester long study abroad. Student life at W&J, we are Division III for athletics, and we have over 80 clubs and organizations. We have performing arts. If you do not see a program at W&J that you're interested in, please let us know. You can create it. You can be the president, the co-founder, the founder, whatever it may be. There are so many different leadership roles that are possible on campus, so we want you to pursue those. All students, they have, as a freshman and as a senior, you have someone working with you. So an advisor, a link mentor, your professors, anyone else on campus. So we're very holistic when we review the application as well. So if you do plan on submitting an application to W&J, we only look for a transcript. That's it. That's all. That's all we need. That will get you either, that will get you accepted, and that will get you the scholarship information. I always tell students, though, the more you submit, the better I get to know you. If you reach out to me, virtually visit in person, whatever it may be, show that interest, we'll show it back, and you get to know more about the school. So also, like I said before, 97% of our students are employed or continuing education within 6 months of graduating. Over 90% of our pre-health students are accepted into the school that they want to go to. And then just law, 90% of law school acceptance over the past 20 years. So that's a big one. And then 100%. Oh, sorry, all done?
Yeah, we appreciate your time, and I want to make sure we get that contact information out there.
No, that's fine.
And you put it in the chat.
I'll drop my information in the chat. If you have any questions, please reach out to me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing Washington and Jefferson. All right, everyone, you've heard from 6 great schools. We want to make sure with our final minutes remaining together that you have time to get all of that contact information from the chat so that you can follow up and learn more after today. Remember, 6 minutes is only a sneak peek, and Each and every one of these campuses has so much more for you to learn about both in and out of the classroom. So while we're waiting, also in case any attendees do have last minute Q&A questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. We've loved the ones we've received thus far. All right, so while those things are happening, I'd love to invite each representative to come back on camera. We're going to answer a live Q&A question together. We'll go in the exact same order that you presented. So we'll start with Julia from the University of Southern Maine. As the person ahead of you finishes their response, feel free to just turn on your microphone and answer away. I won't call on you in between this kind of round robin type session. So the question we're going to answer together is, what advice do you have for someone going through the college search process? You are the pros, and I know you have so many tips to share. So Julia?
I guess my piece of advice is time is of the essence. I think given the complexity of the world that we live in, I mean, the world has always been complex, but add a global pandemic and things get even worse. But time is really of the essence. The application process will pass you by if you don't start doing your research now. And so start asking the questions, start looking into places. You've got this, we've got your back, and just have fun. You know, this is ultimately your decision, and we want it to be the best for you.
My advice for you as you're in this college search process is just to follow your passions. Because if you're leaning on what matters most to you and all those things that are important to you, then you'll end up in the right place. So that's my quick advice for you.
I would say my advice for you is that you should either go visit the school, whether in person or virtually. That's the best way to get an idea of a school that's a good fit for you, is to, find out, what the student life is like, see it in action, follow them on social media. You'll get a good idea of whether a school is a good fit for you or not just by doing that.
My advice, if you are thinking of applying to the UK, is that in the UK, you apply directly to a major, and it's very, very, very uncommon to change majors. So now is the time to decide what you want to study at university, because you won't get that chance once you're actually enrolled on the program to discover what you would like to do. So do your research now and make sure you make the right choice.
Yeah, I tell students, especially seniors, take a deep breath, take a while, take a break for yourselves, because this could be a very stressful time, but we're here to help you out. So if you have any questions, representatives like ourselves are here to kind of make this process a lot easier for you. So take the time, self-care, and then you'll find that perfect school.
Okay, so just to follow suit with everyone else, I mean, take all the time, like get to know the schools. Every student I ever talk to, they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to look at this state or that state. Like, look all over. You never know what is out there. And take it from me, I went to school 15 minutes away from home. And not that I regret college, but I regret staying so close, because there is a world of opportunity everywhere else. So don't be afraid to talk to a school if you think it's too far away from home. We are all here to help you through the process, because we ourselves have been there before. And it's our job to help you. So we want to see you succeed, and just don't be nervous. It's a fun time.
Awesome. I love when different representatives are sharing their tip and you see the other heads nodding. And so I hope that shows everyone watching, whether live or on video, that, these are great tips to keep in mind as you go through the college search process. And I hope, if nothing else, you've taken away today that these college admissions counselors are not just back in their offices reading applications. They are really here and accessible, passionate about what they do, passionate about the opportunities that exist on their campus, and they want to connect you with students, with the academic opportunities, faculty. If you want to know about research clubs, there's no question that's too big or too small. It's so important to get to know everyone. So I hope that this inspires you to reach out and know that the representatives want to work with you and are excited for that. So don't be intimidated. My last other little tip is just make sure you make a great email address that's just your name or your initials, something really professional that you're going to be able to carry with you from now in high school all the way through college and even beyond. And that's a great thing to use for your applications process and help you stay organized too, kind of keeping it all together, all your contact info. All right, well, we have reached the end of our time together today, and I really appreciate everyone being here. Thank you to all of our admissions representatives. Just your energy and excitement for the opportunities in and out of the classroom is incredible, and it even shines through in 6 really quick minutes. And everyone watching, we do hope this inspires you to research more, investigate more, and learn about incredible opportunities that are out there. Something drew you to this session, but hopefully you're walking away thinking, oh man, I have 6 schools I've got to research a little bit more on as you go through your process. Now for the logistics of wrapping up. When you close your window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We definitely hope that you will sign up for more sessions of programming for Orange County students. You can check the schedule and continue to RSVP for the upcoming sessions at the same website where you registered for this today. And also at that same website, you'll find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings, strivescan.com/COSI. Thanks again, everyone, for being here, and all the best in your college search and decision process. It can get a little overwhelming, but it's a really fun adventure ahead for you. Bye, everyone.